All right, folks, here we are in our daily recap. Just taking a look at what the market did. Now we're going to start in our spiders. Interesting day. Pretty significant $2 range here. This is still acting as resistance from before, above the 50-day simple moving average. Three pretty easy targets, I think, if we have any semblance of a correction. I've got a personal markup here for some of my own trading there. So just watching this right here, if we were to add the 9 EMA, so let's just add a study, moving averages. What we're going to do is we're going to add the exponential. We are challenging this 9 EMA, and so I think that it's worth watching. If we lose the 9 EMA, then I think that we can certainly go bearish. For now, though, we are going to see what happens here. After hours, we are up about 30 cents, and so it's certainly worth continuing to watch that. Okay, so we go in SPX. It's going to be the same thing. Futures are going to be up a little bit. Let's look at the IWM leading indicator here. Another really interesting doji style excuse me, candle. We are closer to rolling over on this 9 EMA, this 50 SMA, certainly closer. And then, of course, we have the 200 down here. RSI kind of in no man's land. So there it is. Let's go through our put to call ratio for all S&P constituents. Seeing a pretty significant change here. So pretty significant change here. Really going to be continuing to watch that. Let's move over one. Let's take a look at the SPX versus gold. So gold had a day. We're going to talk a little bit about gold here in a second, but gold absolutely had a day. And so certainly worth watching here. Price of S&P was up. We're seeing that with the day, gold had starting to move down. Really going to watch this level up here, this 2.3 level, for some correlation style resistance. We go into TLT. Bonds also had a day relative to the S&P 500, so that is certainly worth knowing. And then finally, EEM 15-year high. So here we are up here at this close to a 7.7. You're going to notice we aren't even in the sevens at any point over the last 15 years. And so we're continuing to see the S&P relative to EEM being oversold. Overbought. S&P relative to EEM being overbought. And so it's certainly worth us taking a look at in our own trading. Okay. Let's go to SPX. We have our simple moving averages. Everything is above our 50, above our 100, above our, excuse me, 200 on the weekly. And so certainly worth watching there. Okay, let's go into volatility. Volatility is within our box, certainly bullish for our equities. And so within the box, bullish for equities. Okay, VIX, though, we see our 50 simple moving average here. We see our comparison line with the SPX. I'll show you a trade that I'm trying to get into. Let's go to our VIX. So I'm trying to get into this. I'm trying to sell a broken wing butterfly. And so let's just analyze this trade. So this is what I'm trying to get. It looks like we're going to have to go down at some level. But what I'm really trying to do, this is exactly what I'm looking at here. We're going to just hide positions. There it is. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to get filled at 1286. May not get filled. Really kind of a nice risk reward trade to see if I can. So that's what you see, this plus 10 limit here. That's what we're looking at there. We zoom in here to the VIX. A decent volume, not great. We do have a doji style candle. UVXY, so UVXY doji style candle. We are even after hours, but you're seeing comparison line here with the SPX. I've got my own personal mark in which I will do a little bit of short. That short is another example of being 10% beyond the all-time low. Watching for that all-time low, of course, I do have long-term puts that we have bought. All right, let's take a look at the yield curve. So yield curve really quite an interesting move here. Very tight, very tight. Worth noticing here. Yield curve is still doing what we expect it to do. Okay, tech, and there were some big names in tech. This was really interesting, right? So we got down pretty hard and then recover by the end of the day to end up. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, let's go Facebook. Here we are on the daily. You know, very, very odd. Thought we were going to see a little bit of a down day. Really kind of big bullish engulfing candle. Facebook, Apple. Let's go through to Apple. Another example. Down. And really retraced there. I mean, a little bit of a gap, but we were down pretty significant in Apple. Amazon. Another example of close to a bullish engulfing. If we could get this RSI too, I mean, RSI has been on the 14 has been oversold for a long time. Our fractal energy has been showing though not a ton of volatility here. Netflix, nope, and FLX. All right, I mean, really just quite a crazy day here, but that's what we're doing. And then finally, Google to round out our FANG stocks. Google's been relatively unchanged. Certainly don't want to do anything crazy though there in Google. So there are FANG stocks, part of the reason why Google is up. Let's go through some of our other securities real quick. And so we are in this box in EEM. This does look really solid with our own trade here in our positions tab. We're going to show all. This is the one that we're really paying a lot of attention to right here. Don't want to see us move past this 44.19 area. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Got this to buy back. Okay, so EEM. Well, we'll just go down. EWZ, Brazil. Didn't do anything. Held support. We've got larger support right there at 41. Gold. I told y'all gold had a day, and we were going to talk about gold. Boom, from 147 to 151.09, closed at 150.91. Huge candle, you know, really solid. I mean, I would be looking to potentially take a look, and I'm even going to mark that for myself. Let's, you know, sell down at 146 for gold. I mean, that looks like it could be a really nice trade there. We got the stair step. So we got that 147, really nice, and then another dollar down. Okay, gold had a day. IYR, come on. You all know I'm pretty heavy in IYR. I am over IYR just because I'm ready for this move. Hopefully this candle is our reversal candle we showed on our trading strategy that we were indeed overbought. So I'm hoping that shows this reversal candle. TLT bonds didn't, you know, relative to the S&P, had a nice day. See, interesting. We'll see if this candle sticks. UVXY, we've already talked about. VIX, we've already talked about. XBI. So those are biotech, right? Biotech got some resistance that we're trying to work through here. Got two areas of resistance, one at 98 essentially, and one at close to 99. XLE, let's go into oil. Doji trying to come off of this low here at 52.55. We'll see what happens if we get any level of continuation. And then finally, we will end with our retail ETF. We got into our retail ETF today. You can see our position. So, you know, we'll nothing to note super there. We've got nice resistance at 47. We'll see if we continue this stair step though. So that's where we are. If we were to go to our scan tab, let's scan to see if we want to go directional in any of this. XLRE is certainly interesting to me. Tesla looks over bought, but you know, I mean, Tesla, even after hours, we're up. Shopify is up. Planet Fitness, I think, you know, having went to Planet Fitness, IYR shows back up on our scan. So you can really see here that the real estate ETFs are are overbought. We're going to continue to see that, I think, for at least a little bit. Let's go to our long ETF scan, only showing up FXC. I am interested in FXC. FXC. I'm gonna do something. I looked at it. I looked at a couple of different trades in FXC after running this midway through the day. Nothing struck my fancy. Really, what I wanted to do with it. However, I think at some point I'm gonna have to dip into FXC. We go to the chart here in FXC trading strategy, and where is FXE? This is one of the issues of having this kind of security. So we are vastly oversold. Fractal Energy tells us that we should be, but that also would have been a trade to get into about $1 ago. I mean, we had a signal $1 ago here at 103.50 essentially. But what's interesting, right, is you see over the course of, what is this date? So we go all the way back to August. Really tight, right? So 103.50 to 106. That is all of the range that we had here, and then we broke through that, and so this is certainly a new level of resistance here. So at 103.50, so you could do something here at 103.50. You could go short there, some type of short, just kind of editorializing somewhat. But also because of this tells me that we are in a place where we could begin to look at putting something down here at like 101, for example. So you go to FXC. I've got nothing on right now, but if you wanted to go out 45 days, 101, that doesn't get you a ton of credit. 102 to me is a little tight, but you get that 30% credit or so, a little bit more than 30% credit depending on the fill. Your delta's at 23. So it's not expecting, you got a 149, so you could even go beyond the expected move here. 102 minus 150, 102.21 minus 0.0150, and you can get down to 101, put on a iron condor to start right there. So there are options here in FXC if you were certainly interested in following through on this particular scam. All right, well, that is enough for today. If you have any questions or want to join this trading community, reach out to me, and let's have a great rest of the week.